Ice in the veins, ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBLeague. Ice in the veins, ice in the veins, ice, 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 ice in the veins.
Newcastle Eagles.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Virtue Motors Arena for tonight's European North Basketball League Group A game. This is Newcastle. This is the home of the Newcastle Eagles, and they are hosting tonight, all the way from Bulgaria, Spartak Pleven. The Bulgarians having already played twice in this competition, losing both games. They lost to Valmiera Glass, and then they lost to the Czech team Opava. The Eagles, of course, they have played once. They went last week into Slovakia and won that game. This is the group standings as we've got on where you see there Valmiera Glass with 3 wins from 3 games. Spisky Riteria, they've also got 4 points from 3 games, but that was who the Eagles beat last week in Slovakia. That was an excellent win. The Eagles obviously on 1-0. The other team to look for in this group is CS Voluntari of Romania, who made the final last year. They weren't in the Eagles group last year, but they made it all the way to the final and lost to Bakken Bears of Denmark, who obviously won the competition. They are in Group B, along with Bamberg from Germany. They are the 2 teams to look for in Group B. But tonight is all about, can the Eagles put a second win on the board, or can Pleven get their first game on the board? As ever, alongside me when I'm commentating, I've got my co-commentator Dave Alderkin with me. Dave, your thoughts?
Yeah, well, obviously it's great that we've brought European basketball again back to the Virtue Motors Arena. Vast difference in experience between these 2 teams. This is the 2nd season where the Eagles have played in European competition, and it's the 13th for our visitors. We've talked about the fact that they haven't had a lot of success pre-season. An early season, the Eagles did have a lot of success, went off racing off a start to 4-0. Little bit of concern in the last 2 games, playing back-to-back games against the Cheshire Phoenix, suffered 2 losses. And that first one, in fact, both games were all about the 4th quarter. In that first one, there was an inexplicable lapse at the end of the 4th quarter when I really thought the Eagles were going to take that game down at Cheshire. And obviously, last Friday night's comprehensive win for the Phoenix. But again, this Eagles team, and possibly our visitors as well, have had a lot of changes to contend with. But they should be settling soon. And in terms of Coach Stutel using these players, he's not been frightened at all to go to the bench. His 10 players in this Eagles roster have had over 10 minutes court time.
And for the visitors, Pleven, they actually won their first game of the season on Saturday. It was a domestic game. They beat Minor 2015 at home to get off the mark. So they're 1-1 in the league, and as I say, 0-2. So they've only played 4 games, whereas the Eagles have played 7 games. Whether that's an advantage for the Eagles or not, I'm sure we'll find out tonight. But I think the Bulgarians will obviously be hoping to get off to a win tonight and get their record, starting to get their record back. I think it's a game where if the Eagles were to win this, it could be a good point now, because this is a competition where both groups have got 9 teams in, so you play 8 games, 4 at home and 4 away. And if you finish in the top 4 in your group, you qualify for the quarterfinals, which is a home and away game. And then the winners, obviously, of the quarterfinals go to a Final 4 weekend to decide who goes forward to the championship game and who goes on to win that competition. I think this is a competition which is growing, Dave. Every year seems to be putting an extra layer on it, more teams coming in. And I know a lot of teams are interested in coming in. I was talking to Eagles Managing Director Paul Blake a couple of nights ago, and he said that both Cheshire and Sheffield had shown an interest in possibly coming into this competition next season. So that will be interesting. But at the moment, it's by invitation only. So who knows what will happen in that respect.
Well, we talked about the records of the 2 teams, and Eagles are bringing out what's becoming their regular starting five. Interesting that Jordan Spencer is starting as the main point guard over Jalen Llewellyn. But back to last Friday, I thought Llewellyn had a terrific game for the Eagles off the bench. One thing about this Eagles team, there's no shortage of potential people who can score points. I mean, 4 straight away. Josh Ward-Hibbert's hitting good points. One of the hardest players to guard I've seen for a long time. Wears number 25 for the Eagles. And he's hitting points. You've also got Mike Okora, who's coming off the bench tonight. A lot of people in this Eagles team can score points. So it's going to be a tough test for the visitors' defense.
And it's the visitors who get us underway. Derek Culver, who won the tip. The hook shot there from Gregov is missed. Josh Ward-Hibbert takes the rebound and he goes coast to coast, left-handed layup, and 2 points for the Eagles to get us off and running.
Well, if there's been any scouting done by the visitors tonight, the one thing you don't do is let Josh Ward-Hibbert go coast to coast, and particularly if he's finishing on his left hand, which is very strong for him. He's also a real threat from the three-point line.
It's Christian Keelan back to Gregov. Culver called. Derek Culver, who's actually averaging 16 points a game in the 2 games that they've played in this competition. 6'10" centre, but he's called for a walk there.
Well, we certainly like to see the Eagles take advantage of transition offense, because that's something that Cheshire did really well in the final quarter against them last Friday. I hope that's something they've discussed as a group.
Spencer turns the corner, flicks it back out. Here's Seneca Knight. That's a foul by Georgi Sekov. Block and foul. Of course, Seneca Knight was played for Valmira in this competition last year, and that was where he played against the Eagles. He was actually top scorer in the group stages for Valmira, and he got 19 last week in Slovakia as well, so he's had a good start to his campaign. 4 seconds on the shot clock as Seneca Knight goes to the basket, turnaround jump shot, fade away is good for 2 points.
Well, Seneca Knight's one of the players I was referring to when I said the Eagles could rack up some points, and he's particularly good if he gets within the paint, and he's got a really good turnaround jump shot.
Trey Hollowell brings the ball forward. No, that's intercepted by Josh Ward-Hibbert, but the ball goes out of play. Keelan and Hollowell.
I think the early signs are, and we'll look for it in this particular offense here, is that Pleven are favouring getting the ball, banging it down to somebody in the low post. They've had Culver down there and a different player the second time they set up their offense. So it'll be interesting to see if they favour that low post option again tonight in this offense.
5 Americans, 5 Bulgarians on the bench. Nice play by Hollowell. 3-point shot from Sekov is no good. Josh Ward-Hibbert can't quite collect it.
Well, a good thing about Josh Ward-Hibbert is always he's very, very active, and it's just a little bit unfortunate there. He lost the handle in the last 2 attempts to run fast break. But he's really, I think, been one of the rocks in this Eagles early season performances. Bit of rearranging of the courtside boards needed before we can restart. Well, I predicted that they'd want to attack in the lower post, but that last one caught the Eagles completely by surprise. Really good cross-court pass to a guy wide open in the corner.
Hollowell inbounds to Keelan. I think that's an offensive foul. Called on number 22, Gergov. Seneca Knight handling the ball early on, not Jordan Spencer for the Eagles. Looking for a screen from Del Pesh. Gets the ball to Delpesh in the high post. He gives it to Spencer, who's curled round. Spencer tried to give it back to him. Got the look with the bounce. To Sean Allen Aikens for 2, and it's a 6-0 Eagles start.
Alan Aikens is a difficult player to guard because he has so many different moves when he gets close to the basket.
I've said he can't describe him as a forward or a guard. He's just kind of does a little bit of everything, doesn't he? Pleven looking for the first basket. Culver it is inside. Doesn't get the roll. Seneca Knight takes the rebound. Eagles off to a good start. Spencer pulls the ball out. Back to Alan Aikens. Nice drop off to Delpesh, but Delpesh, he's fouled by Hollowell. Third foul of the night for the Czechs. Bulgarians. It was a hand check foul, wasn't it?
I know the Eagles have gone 6-0 up, but I think both teams at the moment are playing pretty tough D.
Spencer's going to have to put it up. In fact, it's Alan Aikens who puts it up. I think that's going to be a foul on Malcolm Delpesh. Push, yep. Push on his opposite number.
Well, that's the first Eagles foul, and Pleven have already racked up 3. I think there's some pretty keen officiating going on here. Obviously, early game, the referees want to stamp their authority on the game. I hope this is going to be a little bit more free-flowing as the game goes on. Banging away in that low post again. You can see why they're doing it, particularly with Culver there.
As Keelan comes inside, Hollowell for 3 is too long. Josh Ward-Hibbert picks up another rebound. Immediately sets off down court all the way himself and in off the glass, coast to coast. That's 2 and 2. And Coach Minchev decides he wants to have a timeout. 8-0 start, almost 4 minutes played. They haven't registered a basket yet.
Well, he's got a lot of things to talk over with his team here. One is he's giving too many straight line drives to the Eagles players. You don't give Josh Ward-Hibbert that. You don't let him go to his left, even though he's right-handed. And also, the Eagles' defense is making it really difficult for them to play those low post options.
Whereas really, when you look at that replay there, Josh Ward-Hibbert, he knew straight away where he was going to go. Got through the lines.
Yeah, and he created that easy left-hand look with that little bit of a Euro step at the end there. It's something very good. He's also very, very good at drifting to the corner. And that last offense there, you talked about Seneca Knight bringing the ball up. But Josh Ward-Hibbert and the guy really struck to the corners very, very quickly.
Of course, the Eagles have got a big game on Friday night against Sheffield in the trophy.
Well, that's going to be a tough one on the road, and I think that talking about on the road, home court advantage to me at the moment seems really, really important, and it's very tough for visiting teams in this ENBL competition. And certainly the Eagles have made it really tough at the start of this game for Pleven. Again, look, picking up high, doubling where they can.
Oh, Gergoff goes to the basket, and Malcolm Delpesh comes up with a fantastic block. And at the other end, charging foul call on Alan Aikens.
Well, that was an interesting, because Aikens had took off with what looked like a clear space to basket, but the referee's in a better position than me. So that last offense you're talking about, they're really off to the races. What looked like an easy layup, but...
Delpesh, fantastic block.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see it here. Pass from Knight. Not sure how that can be an offensive foul, but as you say, referees call it different. Hollowell. Gergoff back to Hollowell. Hollowell seems to be the man running the point at the moment. Got a couple other point guards on the bench. Culver. Hollowell doesn't look as if he wants to shoot the ball. But they all looks very reluctant, and a brilliant steal by Josh Ward-Hibbert. And Seneca Knight makes the basket, and Gergoff with the foul. Brilliant play by Josh Ward-Hibbert.
Well, he's very active, isn't he, off the ball in defence. But I mean, we've got a situation now where only, what, just over 4.5, nearly 4.5 minutes into the game. The Eagles are winning 8-0, and they've got 4 times as many fouls as they've got points. 4 fouls, 0 points.
And they've made a substitution as well. As Ahmed Rand comes on in place of Gergoff, that was his second foul, Gergoff. And Spartak Knight makes the extra point, and it's 11-zip to the Eagles. It's not often you see a side go this long without a basket. Rand finds Culver, who will bang inside. This time it's going to be a foul on Del Pesh. I think that'll be his second. Cole Long will be sent to the bench to come on for the Eagles.
Yeah, he was going to bring Cole Long in, but obviously as soon as he saw Del Pesh getting that second foul,
changed around for Darius Defoe.
The natural replacement for Del Pesh is the veteran Darius Defoe. Changes nothing really. They're still going to have an offensive presence in that 5 spot, and Darius is a different type of player to Del Pesh on defense, but equally as effective.
So Hollowell turns the corner, hassled by Spencer. Sekov, he has Rand takes the shot, he misses. Knight gets the rebound. Oh, a brilliant block by Rand off this. Spartak Knight tried to go it all alone. Christian Keelan, and he's missed completely, and it's Rand who gets the first basket. 5 minutes and 5 seconds it took, but Ahmed Rand has come off the bench, got a brilliant block, and now he's scored the side's first points. Ward Hibbert for 3 is short. Alan Akins can't get the rebound. Culver tidies up for Pleven. And here comes Keelan. Kicks it out to Hollowell. Too long. Culver gets the rebound. Darius Defoe, well, he thought he got all ball. Referee said no.
That was kind of a late call, that. I thought it was particularly good defense by Darius. His positioning was excellent before Culver got the ball, and that's one of the keys to defending somebody in the paint when they do get the ball.
Chris Minkoff comes on, number 3, to replace Georgi Sekov.
Well, they'll be very, very pleased that having struggled to score from the floor, they ought to be able to pick up some points here from the charity stripe, but the first one didn't go in.
Also an interesting substitution is Trey Hollowell goes to the bench, and Keelan Penev comes on. This lad, the number 11, is only 16 years old. Getting some minutes in a big European game at the age of 16. You must have some faith in the lad's ability. Alan Aiken goes at Rand. Rand is known for his shot blocking and ultra shots, and he does there. Gets it to Keelan. Nice little step by Keelan. 2 nice steps, and then all the way to the basket. That was a nice move by Christian Keelan. Christian Keelan, who was with Coping Stars of Sweden last season. Mike Okoro on for the Eagles as well, replacing Jordan, it wasn't Jordan Spencer, is it? Josh Ward Hibbert took the break. Cora from the elbow is short. Man just lets it go. Cora thought he was blocked.
Yeah, he was looking at the referee. I mean, I think he's been shooting particularly well from the perimeter. That wasn't one of his best efforts, but it was also good defense. Closed him down well, and he challenged the shot perfectly.
Cole Long also comes on for the first time in place of Deshaun Allen Akins.
Well, the 16-year-old's not at all frightened to take some responsibility for setting up the offense.
Ran for 3, rattles it in and out. Okora almost gets the rebound, but yeah. Keelan came in, but Knight tidied up. Cora back to Spencer. Defoe sets the screen, Spencer back. Cole Long lines it up, and it's 3.
Well, that was from a similar position that Pleven took their last 3-pointer. The difference was that one went in. Had Pleven's gone in, it would have had a different situation because it would have narrowed the gap considerably.
Yes, it is. It's a 9-point gap. Oh, Culver, oh, that's power there. drives past Darius Defoe and slams it home.
I don't think there was going to be any doubt about how that was going to be finished the moment he got head and shoulders past Darius. He's asking Darius how he is. Good camaraderie between the two players. Darius puts his thumb up, say I'm fine, thank you. Whoops.
Well, that's Rand's second block of the game since he come on. Knight Long looking for another three. In it goes again.
Well, we've never been really sure, have we, what contribution Cole Long was going to make, because he played a little bit in pre-season, then he injured his ankle, and he's only just really started to get in the groove. This is probably his third game, but the only time he's come in this early.
He's hit 2 threes when he serves 2 shots, and that's 17-7 and is the gap. Ball is up and in from Keelan. Nice reply. Here's Spencer, and that's a foul by Penev.
That wasn't the smartest of fouls. He's on the halfway line. He's not finding it easy to get across, and he puts him on the line.
Well,
not the smartest foul at all from Penev.
We've got Sauvé Kandé. There's the replay of Cole Long's second three. Excellent shot. So Pleven were in the penalty as well, so Jordan Spencer to the line. We've got a first sighting of Sauvé Kandé, as well as he's come on.
Well, Pleven have gone to youth, so why not Coach Schutel? This is probably the earliest Sauvé Kandé has been brought into a game in his entire Eagles career.
Jalen Llewellyn also coming in. It was Seneca Knight and Jordan Spencer who took the break. So the Eagles have got all 10 of their players have now played.
Well, Llewellyn's natural substitute for
Spencer.
Yeah.
Rand for three is way off.
Well, I think Long was lucky to get away with that. He landed heavily on him after the shot. He's very lucky to get away with it.
Caro to Long in the corner. 3 from 3, Cole Long.
But he doesn't care about luck when he's shooting like this. 3 for 3, is that right?
That's 3 for 3. 22-10 the lead. 1:14 left in the quarter. Minkov, sorry. Yep, that's going to be a charge all day long. Brett Reed.
I think their coach is not impressed at all, and I'm pretty sure the way he reacted, he was expecting that to be called as a flop.
Well,
it's not that easy to knock Darius Defoe over, mind.
You're talking about a 22-year veteran there. Somebody pulled the chair away. Foul was on Brett Reed, who's also on for the first time. Both coaches going to their benches and going deep. In fact, I think we're going to see within the first quarter all 20 players. Oh, Cole Long. Well, he nearly went 4 from 4, but he didn't. Keelan, nice stop and pop. In for 2. He looks as if he's starting to come alive as well. Still a 10-point gap, 22-12 inside the last 40 seconds. Okora goes hard. Our Eagles were lucky to get that ball, but Cole Long couldn't put it in.
Too close to the basket for him.
Nice save by Reed. Penav's ball inside is knocked away. Cole Long himself knocked it away and then called to Okoro. 1 shot. Okoro goes all the way himself, kicks it back out to Llewellyn for 3. Lovely basketball on the buzzer. Great penetration by Okoro, then he kicked it out, and Llewellyn was there to nail the 3 and make the end of the final quarter. Newcastle Eagles 25, Spartak Pleven 12.
Well, emphatic start by the Eagles. Took a while for them to find any space at all in the scorebook. They eventually made a score. I think there was something like 10-0 down. That was a lot down to do with the Eagles' defence. But you know what stands out to me here, Jeff, with this performance tonight in this first quarter? I think that Coach Schutel's had a real go at these guys from a 21-point deficit last Friday night against the Cheshire Phoenix. I think this is something to really look forward to make up for that disappointing performance on Friday, and they're making a really good job of it in the first quarter.
You can see here from the highlights, Eagles turning defense into offense very quickly. This is the block by Delpeche, and from that, Seneca Knight all the way up the court. And then it was a block by Rand at the other end. So both defenses playing tough, but the Eagles' offense just that little bit more of a spark. This is Cole Long's first shot of the game. Swishes a three. This is where Culver got past Darius Defoe and slammed it home. Cole Long called for that one. Set himself nicely, and in it goes. That was his second. Keelan tried it at the other end and made it as well. That was a reply.
Well, you mentioned the word spark there. You've just mentioned the word Keelan. If anybody's going to give the visitors a spark, I feel it's got to come from Keelan. He's probably the player who worked his way into this game better than anybody else on the visitors. But they must realise after the first few minutes that any idea of dominating in the low post is just not going to happen in the way the Eagles are playing defence. And what's interesting, he wants to keep this pressure on, because I think I thought he was going to bring Darius Defoe and Delpeche out at the same time, but no, he sent Delpeche back to the bench. Probably doesn't want him picking his third foul up before the end of this quarter.
Just to complete the Spartak Pleven lineup, it is Milan Zarev has come on for his first minutes as well. Interesting that Sove Kande has already sat back down, so it's obviously just a little breather for somebody. He has a Koro going all the way, but Zarev done well there.
Well, the referee is pointing to a different thing. He thinks that Akaru lost control of the ball without any help at all from the visitors. I think he's probably right.
Well, I think Zarev came across and I think the ball came off him and then back off Akaru. That's how I saw it, but it doesn't matter whichever way you look at it. It's Bulgarian ball. Minkov thought about the three, thought about it again, didn't shoot it. Yes, Zarev. We've already got 24-second defense by Eagles. The coach is almost on the court showing where he should have shot from.
Well, I think the coach has got a good point. You could pick out two things in that offense there when they had an easier look than what they finished up with. They gave up the easier looks and made it far more complicated to get an easy shot off.
Josh Ward-Hibbert, hands off to Llewellyn. Good tough defense from Keelan. He has a Koru. In the Defoe kicks it back out. Llewellyn for three. That one's missed. Keelan takes the rebound and comes away with it quickly. Gives it to Zarev.
Veteran leadership there from Zarev, getting the team organised, putting his fingers up which player they want to run.
And it's foul as he tries to drive to the basket, I think by Jalen Llewellyn. It is, yeah, so it should be two shots.
I think Zarev there brought some real control to their offense. Just slowed it down, put three fingers up, which obviously signals some sort of playing, really got the team organised, made it much more easy for them to attack the Eagles' defence.
Zarev goes to the line to shoot two. Hollowell replaced Keelan.
Well, they're not getting many easy looks, and nothing's easier than from the charity stripe, and at the moment they're not taking advantage of that at all. I think this is the second, if not the third one they've missed.
Yeah, 2 for 4 they are now from the line. 25-13, Eagles lead. Llewellyn with the ball in hand. Cole Long, Ward-Hibbert. Eagles moving around the perimeter. Defoe backing in against Reed. Did a good job, but he missed the shot. Cole Long almost lifts it out, but it's Rand who comes away with it. Zarev in for two, and it'll be a foul on Darius Defoe, I believe.
Well, this is going to be an interesting call. Well, he has decided that Darius is going to the bench because of the second foul. then he would much rather see Del Pesh out there for the rest of this quarter, or part of this quarter. Without Will Neighbour now, what happens if Del Pesh picks another one up? It's going to be an interesting call from Coach Mark Stuttle.
I think possibly Cole Long and Deshaun Allen Akins will have to take over in some respects.
Yeah, Josh Ward-Hibber can defend bigger, taller players as well.
Yes, that's very true.
So I think he's got options. I don't think any of those would include going to a zone.
Oh, well, that's one way to put it. You don't have to worry so much about defense if you're knocking threes from that range down. Jalen Llewellyn it is. A man a lot of people thought was under threat for his place, but he was probably one of the few success stories against Cheshire. The Zarev's come on and certainly...
I was talking about Keelan giving him a spark. I think this guy's on, what, 6 points already this quarter?
Yeah, 5 I think it is, but not 5, 6. It's certainly come on and... Oh, that's a nice play by Karev. Here's Jalen Llewellyn for 3 again. This time it's in and out. Good hands by Del Pesh though inside. Oh, lovely pass. Oh, well, I'm not quite sure. And it's a foul.
And that is not the smartest of plays from Del Pesh, because he knows he's on 2. He knows Darius is on 2. And picking up his third like that is not the answer that Coach Stuttle wanted when he put him in.
Well, interesting there that he obviously had to take Del Pesh out because he picked his third foul out, but he also took Llewellyn out. And it was as if he said to Llewellyn, you could have laid that one in, you didn't have to pass it. But having said that, Malcolm Del Pesh should not have missed it. Well,
the thing I've liked about Llewellyn is he's come off the bench. He had been used to starting, but he comes off the bench, he's making impact. He's really, I feel looking at him that he's trying to read the game and get the team into the offense that suits them.
Meek off to Hollowell, 2 points. Just a little bit of a comeback from the Bulgarians is enough for Mark Stuttle to call his timeout.
Well, a 9-point deficit. At one point in time, it was, what, 12-0?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Coach Stuttle sees that as a feeling that, hey, hang on a minute, instincts here tell me that our visitors, Pleven, are just getting a little bit into this game, and he's obviously he's got his 2 premier interior defences on the floor. They might now be starting to look going back to banging away in the low post against the Eagles' defence.
There's a couple of threes first 3 from Llewellyn there. This is the play. Yeah, Malcolm Del Pesh.
That was out of frustration, wasn't it?
Yeah, the foul was definitely, yeah, right. Here's Hollowell, stop and pop. Nice shot, good basket. So yeah, 28-19. It says Eagles have only got 7 fouls, and it's 5 between the big fellas.
Yeah, it's always interesting me this foul situation, because FIBA basketball 5 fouls per player, NBA 6. We've always thought that a big player, one of your interior players, you would bring him off if he gets 2. Yet a lot of coaches in Europe often leave them on for the 3rd foul before they think about bringing them off.
So we have Minkov, Zarev, Reed, Hollowell and Rand for Pleven, Ward-Hibbert, Okoru, Long, Knight and Alan Akins for the Eagles. And it's Eagles ball at the end line.
Well, at the moment, Culver's not on the floor. Who's what, 6'10"?
Yeah. You think that with both Del Pesh and
I'm thinking this is not a bad thing for the Eagles at the moment. I think they can match up quite well with this 5. I've seen Knight defend bigger players quite well. Cole, I'm not sure because we haven't seen a lot of him. Josh Ward-Hibbert defend bigger players than himself quite well. So, interesting.
There's a bit of blood on the court as well. Just going through the formalities of...
The last time we had blood on this court, there was a 10-minute stoppage because it happened right away from the person who got the cut bench, and he walked all the way across the floor.
I remember that, yeah.
It took forever to clear it up. Well, they're still 9 down, but there are signs that they're feeling their way a little bit better into this game.
Well, I think I wouldn't say it was a whirlwind start by the Eagles. It was a very efficient start by the Eagles defensively and turned it into points. But Pleven certainly now are well in this game. Koru, Ward Hibbert for 3. That one goes off. Cole Long tries to get the rebound, doesn't make it. It's flicked by Reed into Zariev. Zariev across to Minkoff. Back to Zariev. Three from Hollowell is off. Good rebound by Reed, but great block by Long.
Well, any worry about defending the rim there? Long answered that. Quite sure what the stoppage here is.
It's a foul on. Well, I thought he signalled 20, but there isn't 20 on there, so I'm not sure who that. We'll have to see. Definitely called a foul to Koru, goes to basket, nice pass. Alan Aikens comes in, but can't make the basket. Eagles just struggling to make the basket in a minute.
They've had some easy looks, haven't they, around the hoop, and just not converting them at the moment.
Gergov and Culver come on. Reed and Rand go off.
Well, this is going to be a little bit more challenging for the Eagles matchup with Culver coming back on. Although he's shown he hasn't got any range on his game at the moment. Answer.
Yep.
You bring on the one who's only on 2.
Hollowell brings the ball over halfway for Pleven. Zariev kicks it out. Wild 3, and it's a foul by Okaru. Once again.
Zavarev really sold Okaru, that, didn't he?
Yeah.
For all the world, I'm sure Okaru thought that Zavarev was going to kick that ball out. Is he in foul trouble? No, it's just his first.
That's just his first one. I think it's probably more to do with the fact that he's probably had a couple of drives at the basket where he's dropped the ball off, perhaps should have gone to the basket.
Well, they're looking for ways to get in this game, and one of the easiest is you do the hard work, you get fouled, you go under the charity strike, but you're only shooting probably less than 50%.
Well, he's 1 for 4 now. Zariev. Josh Ward Hibbert goes to the basket all the way and is fouled. Foul is by Minkoff. Josh Ward Hibbert stepped inside, tried to get up, and was fouled going up.
Well, he started that drive on the left side, somewhere near the left elbow. Everybody knew which way he was going, and the weak side defensive player just did not move quick enough to get in there and take the charge.
Makes the first. Makes them both.
Yeah.
Makes it a double-digit lead again, 11 points.
Eagles having more luck from the free throw line than Pleven.
They're 5 from 5 from the from the free throw line. There's Gergov into Zariev. That's an unusual shot, but he's missed it anyway. 3.
Well, I think he wanted the dish into Culver, but decided against it.
Josh Ward Hibbert once again going coast to coast, but this time can't connect. Hollowell finds Zariev, and he makes it this time.
Well, if you think at both ends, there's been a lot of misses, hasn't there, around the hoop, and finally somebody puts one in.
Spencer for the Eagles. Alan Aikens, Ward Hibbert. Before sets the screen, gets it back from Spencer, but he's short from the charity stripe. So Hariev definitely a spark.
Well, Well, they've certainly ignited their offense, getting a lot more energy and a lot more movement into it.
Korver kicks out. He has Minkoff for 3. It's in and out. Josh Ward-Hibbert takes the rebound. We'll probably find that three-point shooting's not quite with it at the moment. Eagles are 5 for 11 from three-point range. Pleven 1 for 9. So there you go. That's a foul.
Yeah, Darius Defoe using his height advantage there to good effect. That's a difficult guard for Zarev. It's amazing over the years, Jeff, how many guards have been, for the Eagles, have been good rebounders. Last year we had Larry Austin Jr., who just seemed to live for taking rebounds.
Oh, wow, that's a great end line play there by the Eagles. Spencer into Knight up and trips it in. Meanwhile, Keelan and Sekov have come on. But yeah, you're right. I know when I was on the bench with Fab for now, when they discuss recruitment, they always look for guards who could do just a little bit more than just shoot and pass.
Yeah, and certainly Josh Ward-Hibbert, helping them pick up and protect the boards. Cole Long showing signs of being a good rim protector. Well, Darius fell for that. Was it no, it wasn't Darius. Was it Knight? Trying to work out who that foul was on.
Well, Darius thought it was on him, and I think it was called on Seneca Knight. Yeah, it was. It was called on Seneca Knight, and I think Darius thought it was on him. And he was going to the bench in total disgust, and then Mark Stewart said, "It's not on you, mate."
Yeah, and I think the whole of their bench thought it was on Darius as well.
Hands in the back by Seneca Knight. Sekov goes to the line. Eagles going for a coffee break. Maybe some more blood on the court by the looks of it.
I was going to say, I was trying to work out why he was signaling to one of the Eagles stuff, but now, yeah, you're absolutely right.
But clearly somebody's bleeding out there. 32-21, 4 minutes just about to go.
Well, with 3, as you said, just before the 4 minutes to go, just time for us to reflect a little bit while they make sure that the floor is fit for play again. And Eagles 11 points up. They've really threatened to try to get under 10. They've done so a couple of times. They've got it down to 9, but they're not really consistent enough in their threats in terms of creating good offensive looks. To me, they're giving up far too many looks from outside.
Yeah, well, you mentioned that now. I did say that if you look at the respective three-point shooting at the moment, the Eagles are 5 for 11, and Pleven are 1 from 9, and then also on the free throw line, Eagles are 5 for 5, and Pleven 2 for 7.
Well, that's easily equal to an 11-point lead, without us going into any further details. I mean, 5 for 11 is good three-point shooting at this level. 5 for 5 is obviously from the line brilliant, but their stats just don't add up at the moment.
Yeah, Sekov will be on the line to hopefully, for Pleven's point of view, put that, or not put it right, but improve that percentage.
Yeah, psychologically, if he can nail these two down, that puts them back into a single-digit deficit.
Makes the first.
Work on what you do every session in practice, learn how to get a stop, and suddenly they could get back in this game before half-time. If not, the Eagles will stay comfortably ahead.
So he makes both, and as you say, that takes it to single digits, 9 points. Spencer coming up, faced by Keelan. Turns the corner.
I think Keelan's one being one of the highlights for them.
Seneca Knight going on Holloway. There's the turnaround jump shot, which normally good. Alan Akins for 3 is off. So they've got that stop by hook or by crook. Holloway to Keelan. Keelan for 3. Oh, that one's off. Sekov almost gets a touch, but he's going to be called for a foul on Spencer.
Yeah, I think he made too much contact with the body, although he tried to flick. I'm assuming that is on number 7. Yeah. Yeah. He tried to reach over the defensive player using his height advantage, but unfortunately he put too much into the body.
So they had a chance to cut it to 7. In fact, 6, because it was a 3-point shot from Keelan that was just off. Spencer's going to go all the way once again, and that's off Josh Ward-Hibbert.
I was going to say, Josh Ward-Hibbert doing what you're doing for a short. As soon as he read Spencer's drive there, he drifted in for the baseline drift pass. Unfortunately.
Oh, it was a good steal by Spencer, but he just lost it. Keelan will, I thought he was going to shoot the 3, but Culver was wide open under the basket and had to be given the ball, and he was, and yep, it's a 7-point game.
Smart decision. He gave it a 35 to 40% chance for a 100% chance.
Knight uses Defoe really well, goes inside, can't make it. Culver comes away with the rebound. Keelan set off for 3. If that had gone in, I think we might have seen a timeout. But good rebound by Gergoff, and a 3-point from Holloway does give you a timeout.
You should take up coaching. You knew that, didn't you?
Yeah.
You knew that. I mean, this is starting to swing. Why? Eagles are missing easy stuff around the buckets. They've got tip-ins they're missing. They've got layups they're missing. They're now starting to feel confident from the perimeter, which wasn't there in the first place. So this gives a whole new dimension. 4 points down, still over 2.5 minutes to play.
Definitely a ball game now, and that didn't look likely in the first quarter.
Well,
they lead this quarter by 16 points to 7.
Yeah, this becomes a massive timeout for Coach Tutel. He'll be well aware of those statistics you just think. 16-7 is a big swing around from the first quarter.
And as you say, they just seem to have found the range both outside and inside. And that before, when Keelan, we just seen it back there, when Keelan, it was a fast break, wasn't it? And he pulled up and thought, I'm going to shoot the 3, and then he realised Culver was completely alone under the basket, gave it to him, and Culver put it in. And, you know, flushes like that ignite you as well, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, I got the impression after about 3 minutes that they had the structure in their offensive makeup to do what was needed in this game. They just couldn't knock anything down. That's now swinging its head. It's the Eagles who are missing easy looks around the hoop.
So 32-28, 2:37 to go. Hollowell, Culver, Sekov, Keelan and Gergoff for Pleven. Yeah, it's Gergoff, not Gregov, apparently. So, once again, misinformation given, but never mind.
Change the R and the E to an E and an R.
That's it. It's ER, not RE. Long to inbound for the Eagles. And the other thing as well is you can see, they're pressing, which they weren't doing massively in the first quarter. But of course, when you're on a run, everything seems to pick up, not just your offense.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed this press for a while. I'm not sure it's a press designed to steal the ball. I think it's a press designed to make it harder for the Eagles to get into the half-court offense.
Oh, great rebound by Seneca Knight. Darius Defoe's shot was just off. What a great rebound by Seneca Knight. And he was fouled as he went up by Hollowell.
Yeah, I was just about to praise Hollowell for what I thought was really good defense, but he obviously got more arm than he got ball.
So there's a shot up. Yeah, it's his second reaction, I think.
Well, the Eagles won't mind that if Knight knocks these two down.
Eagles still perfect from the line, 7 from 7. Hollowell to bring it up. Faced by Josh Ward-Hibbert. Gergoff. Hollowell finds Keelan. This is going to be a tactic now. Culver didn't make that one. Cole Long took the rebound. It was guarded by Knight. Utilising your point, Dave, about Knight and Long and Ward-Hibbert guarding bigger players.
Yeah, I'd never had any doubts about that they would be okay.
Long goes in deep. Kicks it out to Defoe. Nice bounce Defoe, great rebound by Warnham, but he can't put it back, but he gets his own rebound and goes around the other way, and still misses. So again, Eagles missing 3 or 4 shots there. Here's Sekov, back to Gergoff. That's in for 2.
That was nice two-man basketball. Really nice two-man basketball. 2 gives and goes. Easy layup.
Knight into Defoe, he'll go against Culver. Turns, shoots. Right. Sekov misses his shot, another net rebound by Knight. Doing it at both ends at the moment.
They've got good looks, they just not got the percentage to match the good looks. Well,
a little bit lucky, I think the Eagles were there, but
well, I think justice was done, to be honest. I thought that was an absolute blatant foul by 22.
Yeah.
I should have said Gurkov, just to get used to it.
Keelan, Eagles back up to 6. Is that a good rebound by Sekov? Holloway got his shot off very quickly.
Well, I'm really not sure what Gurkov was doing there, because that was an easy catch off the missed shot and put back.
I don't know whether the clock's gone first or the foul was called. And I think if it's a foul, it's going to be on Darius Defoe. So Josh Bowe and David Griffin are talking it over.
And as they're in the penalty, then it's going to be 2 shots, yeah?
They're going to have a look at the replay. Not sure where the replay is. Oh, it's over underneath the basket.
Is this on appeal, or is this something the referees have
No,
initiated?
the referees have initiated this one themselves.
Okay.
So they're underneath the basket the Eagles have been attacking. They're going to have a look at it. Obviously, we can't see what they can see.
It's a good facility, this, though, isn't it? For, a European game. Teams travel a long way. A lot of finance involved in playing in Europe. It's great that we've got this facility in such an important game.
So I think what was I think just as the ball. So we're going to have a look at it here. So this is the play. Try to just So the shot goes up.
There's no red light there.
No, comes back off. Cole Log goes up, and then another shot goes up.
No left there, and there's no red light when he takes that ball.
So and then I think that's where the foul was called. Yeah, the foul was called as the red light, just before, seconds before the red light came on, I think. The Bulgarian ref, Mr. Stefanov, staying well out of the conversation. So we're just having a look at it again. The ball.
Clearly no red light there.
Yeah, and that's where that's. So if that's a foul on Defoe, which is what it looks like it might be, not sure where the foul's come. It looks as if he's been hit by Culver almost there. So for me, Darius Defoe is going to challenge Gergoff at the rim, and it looks to me as if Culver's pushed him away.
Well, we're about to find out. They've reached their decision.
I think it'll be a foul on Derek Culver. Yeah. 1.2 left on the shot clock, I believe. So it's going to be there. The foul is on 1, and it's going to be.
Wait a minute, number 22 was taken. So the foul was obviously before 22 went for the tip. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. The foul was on. It's been given on. I'm pretty sure the foul has been given on Darius Defoe on Culver. Yeah, on Culver. Yeah, on. So the foul was given on Darius Defoe on Culver. Although Darius Defoe came off the worst, and there's 1.2 seconds to be put back on the clock, and Culver's at the line to shoot 2. Well, I think Darius Defoe's picked up his third.
I was going to say, I think that last statement there you made means the Eagles have come off worse, because they've now got the 2 players who are key to interior defence on 3 fouls going into second half. Not only that, there's 0.2 of a second on. What Darius doesn't need to do is to be involved in anything that gives him anything like a chance to get the fourth foul. Very unlikely with only this little bit on, but...
Well, if he was to miss the shot, if he did, but Darius is well out of the way.
Very smart play by Darius.
Yeah, he just got out of the way, didn't
Yeah.
he? So that's all she wrote for the first half. We got 36-31. Eagles, well, a good fight back by Pleven in the second quarter after the Eagles dominated the first. Pleven have won the second quite comfortably by 18 points to 11. So we're going to have a look at some highlights of the first half. Or is it highlights of the second quarter, which is all coming up now? Yeah, so that was Seneca Knight dancing his way in, then a good pullback. He has Ward Hibbert going hard after getting the rebound. This is early on. He lays that one in. A great block by Del Pesh. He has Knight again, all the way to the basket, but a brilliant block by Ahmed Rand. And this is Keelan. Yeah, this is Cole Long coming into the game with an instant impact from three-point range. This is where Culver goes past Darius to 4 and slams it home. Cole Long calling for the ball, found by Knight and knocks it down. Keelan replied in the next offense with the 3. Coro dancing through out to Cole Long, and that was 3 from 3 at that stage by Cole Long. Yes, Keelan is where we thought Keelan was going to get going. Llewellyn coming off the bench and also nailing the 3. This is where the Eagles almost felt as if they couldn't miss at this stage. Another 3. That was Llewellyn again. Hollowell pop and stop and pop for 2. This is the one, yeah, where he changed his mind and realised that Culver was unmarked. Second off was Long. Gergoff back to Hollowell for 3. This is the first shot was blocked, second one was then fouled, and then Cole Long got the tip in. So that was some highlights from the first half, and we're going to get some stats together for you now, and we're going to go into some adverts as well. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so.
Ice, 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 ice in the veins. Ice in the veins, ice in the veins. Ice, 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 ice in the veins.
Clearing is now open at Newcastle College University Centre. With over 60 courses available, we've got the degree for you. So, if you want to learn from industry-experienced tutors, study in our fantastic facilities, work alongside employers, all right in the heart of the city centre. Choose Newcastle College University Centre and study your degree with a difference this September. Apply now. Clearing is now open at Newcastle College University Centre. With over 60 courses available, we've got the degree for you. So, if you want to learn from industry-experienced tutors, study in our fantastic facilities, work alongside employers, all right in the heart of the city centre. Choose Newcastle College University Centre and study your degree with a difference this September. Apply now.
ENBLeague. Ice in the veins. Ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBLeague. Ice in the veins. Ice in the veins. Ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBLeague.
So we're back at the Virtual Motors Arena for the second half of this European North Basketball League game between the Newcastle Eagles and Spartak Pleven of Bulgaria. Half-time score 36-31, and we've got some. I'm sure there's going to be some stats put on the screen, but we always like to do our own stats here, so I'm going to very quickly go through what we've got. And so there's the game. There's the game stats there, where we've got the 2 points shots where Eagles are 28% and Pleven are 52% inside, but it's Eagles 38% outside and 14% for Pleven outside. Eagles 100% from the line and Pleven only 45% from the line. Pleven just leading the rebounds, Eagles just leading the assists, and turnovers 6-3 in the favour of the Eagles. Individual scorers for the Eagles, Cole Long has 11 points and 4 rebounds. Seneca Knight 9 points and 6 rebounds. Josh Waterhill 6 points and 7 rebounds. Jalen Llewellyn 6 points. And for Pleven, it is Trey Hollowell with 7 points. Christian Keelan with 7 points. Milan Zoriev with 7 points. And Kulva with 6 points and 7 rebounds. Anything?
Yeah, well, I think that it's definitely a game of 2 quarters. The Eagles dominated the first quarter, winning it quite comfortably, and Pleven found a way back in and was definitely the better team in the second quarter. You look at those stats, Eagles shooting 31% to their 36, Eagles 23 rebounds to their 27, and you're trying to work out, how on earth are Eagles winning this game? Well, part of the answer is that they've made 10 points off Pleven's turnovers, whereas Pleven have only made 2, and without question, the Eagles are better at the free throw line than our visitors are.
Well, they are now. I mean, they have been all game, but Pleven have actually knocked down their last few as well, so they've come back in there. And obviously, the 3 points, they're only 5 of 11, but they were 1 of 9. Oh, sorry, 1 of 8. So yeah, they've made their last 3.
I think a lot of this second half is going to depend on rhythm, and that is, can the Eagles get their rhythm back from that first quarter? Can Pleven maintain theirs from the second quarter? And what effect is it going to have with the Eagles having their 2 bigs on 3 fouls at this stage of the game?
Well, the first thing that notices Mark Stuttle hasn't come back with his starting 5. He's come out with Jordan Spencer, Mike Akaru, Cole Long, Seneca Knight and Malcolm Delpeche. And for the visitors, it's Derek Culver.
Well, you mentioned Mike Akaru.
Chris Minkov, Trey Hollowell, Gregov and Christian Keelan. Yeah.
You mentioned Mike Okora there. I thought he made a really good start to the season. It was very difficult to guard, scoring lots of points for the Eagles. He's just been quite quiet in this last 2 games.
Culver spins, doesn't make it. Malcolm Delpeche just had to stand because I'm sure if he challenged, Spencer He could well have picked up a fourth foul very early.
Well, that was an easy defence for Del Pesh because Culver went way out of control.
Del Pesh goes in and Culver fouls him.
Well, great block, but unfortunately the body landed on the body, so that was an easy call for the official. Culver's showing he can really... I mean, Del Pesh can get off the ground as well when he blocks shots. And I think Del Pesh has had a decent season so far. I think he plays the pick and roll particularly well with whoever the guard is at the time. Just wish he has a little bit more of a threat from outside to draw players out to him like Darius can.
Knocks the first one down. Knocks the second one down. Eagles 9 of 9 from the line now. Hollowell brings it forward, so Eagles just nudge that to 7 points. Here's Gergoff. Keelan hands off. Back to Gergoff. In the corner to Minkoff. And that's going to be a charge. Culver's not convinced. He was on 0 fouls. He's now on 2 fouls.
If we're going to get an action replay, yeah, we are. Good to see if Del Pesh was established. He's moving, isn't he?
Yeah, he's moving.
He's moving.
Not established, but perhaps he was hit pretty full on in the chest. And it was whatever which we think it is. The referees whistles the one that counts. Coru gets to the basket, doesn't make it, but a great rebound. Brilliant rebound by Malcolm Del Pesh. He's really started this half very well indeed, considering he's on 3 fouls.
Well, it's one of the things he does well. I think he's really good at playing pick and roll on the perimeter and getting to the basket. He's very sneaky sometimes when he does that, but he's very good at going and taking offensive rebounds if the opposition just don't box out, and they certainly didn't put any bodies on him then.
He scored 5 points in a row there, and suddenly the Eagles are up by 10 again, 41-31. One of the fouls was on Holloway, so he's now on 3. The Eagles win that defensively. Knight is going to go all the way. Too strong, but he gets the rebound. Although Gergoff comes up with it, gives it to Hollowell. Back into Gergoff. Steps it back out. Minkoff into Gergoff, and that's a slap by Seneca Knight. Easy one for 3.
That's the 3rd time in this game those two have played a little 2-man game like that, and the reward for it both times has been going to the free throw line. The last time they weren't rewarded because they missed them. This will be interesting to see because they really need these points right now, 1.5 minutes without scoring.
Gergoff makes the first.
Despite the Eagles fans doing their best to put him off.
I think that foul was actually called on Mike McCora, it was, yeah. So the foul was called for the push, not the slap. Yeah.
Well, 50%. Haven't really improved things from the free throw line.
Coru trying to get to the basket again. Well guarded by Keelan, but Cole Long goes from the corner, misses it. Hollowell, great pass out to Gergoff. Gergoff gives him it back a little bit luckily, but Gergoff looks as if he's trying to get inside, kicks it out to Keelan, but that's short.
Well, Gergoff got very lucky there after a terrific play by Hollowell. Number 3 taking one for the team.
Absolutely.
Minkoff.
Minkoff, yeah. I sometimes wouldn't have that foul. I mean, you can't call it unsportsmanlike, but I mean, it's definitely very professional.
Very professional indeed. As I say, he's taking one for the team, and I don't think referees can call that unsportsmanlike.
So Coru again trying to get to the basket. Oh, nice play. Coru did get to the basket and floated it up, and Del Pesh once again slammed it home.
Del Pesh living up to the billing we've given him. I think he's having a pretty good season so far for the Eagles, and if he keeps playing like this, that will only grow in confidence.
Certainly had a very, very good start. Minkoff for 3 is no good, but Coru takes the rebound. Gives it to Knight, who's going to go hard. Well,
that has to be a call on Gregoff.
Yeah. It just seemed there was a very late call, wasn't it?
Sorry, Gergoff.
Gergoff.
I mean, Gergoff
Yeah.
is having lots of open looks, but he seems like he wants to be a facilitator.
Yeah, he has that dunk from Malcolm Delpesh, a lovely pass from Okaru, and a beautiful position from Malcolm Delpesh to get there and slam it home.
Two good things about that. One is the pass, accuracy of the pass. Secondly, the roll. The third part is, where was the defence?
Hollowell and Gergoff come out. Ahmed and Zariev come on. Oh, Zahariev. One I've missed, really, pronunciation. Sinek Anait makes the first though. Keeps Eagles perfect from the line.
Are you going to answer my question? Where was the defence? Or shall I tell you?
You tell me, Dave.
He was ball watching.
Sinek Anait makes it 12 from 12 from the free throw line.
Delpesh's defensive player was more concerned about the play with the ball than he was what Delpesh was doing.
So it's a 13-point lead. A great start to the quarter for the Eagles. Meek off from the corner. This time he makes it. That's how to get yourself rolling back into the game.
I was going to say, I mean, he looked pretty confident taking that and comfortable from the three-point line. Where was he in the first half?
Well, that 10 minutes or 15 minutes the coaches get to talk to their players. Go long. It's well short. Always look short.
Well, he's fading away, and I think he turned around. He was surprised the defensive player had kept the pressure on him.
Culver will go against Delpesh. Spencer comes across to help. Zariev, well, I think Sinek Anait got away one. They seem to pull the basket. Good pass by Spencer. Great reverse layup by Okaru.
Now, this is the Karu that I think was playing 2 or 3 games ago.
And it almost gets a steal as well.
No, every time Culver gets the ball, I'm concerned for his team that there's going to be an offensive foul, but that was a terrific pass, should have been converted.
Zahariev gives it to Keelan. Rand on the perimeter.
Yeah, Delpesh doing a great job on Culver.
Culver's going to turn and spin. Gets the hook away, but no good.
Well, that was great defense. It was actually better offense, but he couldn't finish it.
Oh, well, he saved it. And he
Wow.
Well, 2 great saves. First by Malcolm Delpesh, who ran the full length of the court after playing really good defense. And then his foul going to the basket there. And then Sinek Anait kept it inbound, and then Okoro got it to Spencer. Spencer got it to Delpesh. Delpesh went to the basket, and he was fouled.
If you see that replay again, the highlight of Delpesh's move was somehow missing the photographer who was squatted on the floor. He literally jumped over him.
And that's Eagles' first miss from the free throw line tonight on the 13th attempt.
This is something during his career I think Delpesh has really improved. I think he's really improved his percentage from the free throw line.
He makes the second. It's normally commentators curse when he says something like that, Dave, isn't it?
No, your curse left you years ago, Jeff. You partly passed it to me.
So it's 48-34, so it's a 14-point lead built up by the Eagles. So good steal by Jordan Spencer. Almost a nice pass behind his back. Oh, Malcolm Delpesh has missed his second dunk of the night.
Well, that was the easiest of all, wasn't it?
And he's then...
I think it's called long.
Oh, yeah, it's called long, yeah.
I think there was no chance Delpesh was going to foul. He was so disappointed with himself. That was a terrific move.
So there's Spencer, lovely behind the back pass. Delpesh hits, well, the ball hit the front of the ring and bounced away. Long come up with a foul.
He deserved it, but you got to convert it to get on the score sheet.
Sorry,
now,
for 2.
I thought this guy put some real energy into the team midway through the second quarter. Looks like he's stepping up to do it again.
They need it at the moment, down by 12 points. Spencer kicks it out. Knight comes inside, Cole Long. Down to 4 seconds. Cole Long will get to the basket, didn't make it. But Sinek Anait is there to lay it in. take the rebound and lay it in.
Yeah, you see you've got Cole, you've got Knight, you've got Delpesh, you've got Okoro. All of these guys can get in and take offensive rebounds if they don't box out properly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the layup was easier than the pass out.
And that's a great pass by Seneca Knight, but Okoro can't finish.
Difficult, but he should have finished. Referee wasn't falling for that.
No, Martin Delpesh fell for it, but he didn't. The referee didn't fall for it. Martin Delpesh's fall. And actually, he didn't warn him, but he did indicate it was a flop. But I don't think it was an actual warning. Spencer into Delpesh. Off to Okoro. Back to Knight for three. It's short. But I think Rand got a touch on it last. I think it's going to be a timeout by the visitors. We'll see some highlights. This is, yep, that was definitely Brett Reed scoring.
Well, it was definitely a good offensive move, and it certainly didn't justify a foul.
It's a Bulgarian timeout with them down 12 points. It's 50-38, 3:27 to play in the third quarter.
Eagles made a good start at the start of this quarter, and the momentum hasn't really shifted. They need to convert some of these chances they're creating if the momentum's going to shift.
It's a 14-7 quarter at the moment. Top scorers in the game, Seneca Knight has now moved to 13 points and 8 rebounds. Having a pretty good game. Martin Delpesh, 8 points. Can't believe he's only got 1 rebound. I mean, that's insane. Cole Long, 11 points, 5 rebounds. Nobody yet in double figures for the Bulgarians.
I mean, the Eagles, when you analyse this quarter, have really tried during this quarter to get their offensive transition game going. And they're doing it quite well. The problem is they're not finishing as well as the execution of the transition itself.
So Eagles, Alan Aikens comes on, replacing Cole Long.
Yeah, the Eagles have got to turn that numerical advantage they're creating on transition into finishes.
They have a chance here because it's their ball at the end line. Spencer turns the corner, but he's down to 5. Spencer's going to have to go. Swatted away by Rand, but he's thrown the ball straight to Knight, and Keelan comes up with a foul. Coach Minchev, hands on head.
Well, Rand, you know, just I think he was falling over. I think he was out of control when he tried to make that pass, and it was an easy pick-off for the Eagles. Then they compound it by creating the foul situation, especially when they are in the penalty. The Eagles have only picked up 2 fouls this quarter.
Knight knocks the first one down. Once again, Seneca Knight looking as if European North Basketball League is going to suit his game. Top scorer, as I say, in the group stage last year with 20 points a game, just a shade over 20 points a game. He's already got 15 tonight and 19 last week, so he's looking to be one of the top scorers in this competition again. Zarev from the corner is just short. Alan Aikens can't make it. Okoro was actually put out by Rand. Seneca Knight comes out. Spent over halfway. Alan Aikens hasn't had a lot of court time tonight. It didn't feel like he has anyway. Delpesh has been replaced by...
He's had a lot of minutes this quarter, hasn't he, Delpesh? Rewarded with a team with a good outcome from them.
The other thing as well is you've got 2.5 minutes to go and he didn't pick up another foul, and obviously Darius DeVoe is now on the court, but he's still on 3 fouls. Ran from the corner, doesn't make a good rebound by Reed, but Foul's called on, is it on Reed or is it?
Well, it's certainly on a Pleven player.
Yeah, it was on Reed, I thought it was, just inside. So Darius Defoe will get a chance to shoot 2.
Well, you saw from the replays, it's getting tough on the boards, and referees normally like to let the players sort those things out themselves, but that was such an easy one to spot.
Darius has got 3 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers, but he hasn't got any points. He's 0 from 6 from the field, and now he's 0 from 2 from the free throw line. Rand took the rebound, gave it to Keelan. Keelan brings it up, finds Rand. Zariev thought about the 3, but didn't shoot it. Rand twists and turns, nice left-handed layup over Okaro for 2.
That was a difficult finish, but he protected the ball well, used his left hand to keep it away from the defensive player. Good move.
Trying to set something up. Spencer gets the ball, uses a little bit of a screen. Josh Ward-Hibbert's going to attack the basket, step back and shoot. It's too long. Zariev into the corner. Nice flick back by Minkoff. Keelan wants him to go inside. Reed is battling inside with Defoe. Good hand by Spencer, just delays it. It's down to 5 on the shot clock. Reed's going to try and go all the way. Didn't make it. Koro's off to the races. And gets a nice roll in off Rand.
That almost sums up the whole of this quarter. The Eagles are finishing around the hoop much better than Pleven are.
Inside the last minute, 56-40. Zariev from the corner is good again. They don't use the subs chair in this game, Dave. Hollowell standing, sitting on halfway. It's like NBA, isn't it? Great block by Rand as Josh Ward-Hibbert went to the basket.
I think Rand needs to get more involved in the offense. I mean, you saw that last move he made, difficult one, but he executed it and he finished well.
He's done a very good defensive play. So Hollowell has been called back to sit on the chair. That's a foul by Josh Ward-Hibbert.
Well, I think Josh Ward-Hibbert knew they were only on 2 fouls.
Yeah, and it's only 7 seconds left on the clock. Yeah, so pretty smart, really.
Yeah, and I don't think he's picked up one. That's his first foul.
Yeah. So smart all the way around.
It was a smart move all the way around.
And it's forced Minchev to take his second time out of the half to set up a play.
Well, you know, question mark over that with 7 seconds to go. You know, situations like this, players have got to be able to make that decision. What happens if he finds a way back in the final quarter and he needs 2 timeouts at the end? He ain't got them.
He ain't got them now, yeah. I thought it seemed a strange one, but then, you know, I can't get into a coach's mind, but I think he was clearly, he's probably looked at it and thought Eagles have still got 1 foul to give, so we want to get something fairly quickly, because if we don't, they'll probably foul us again and we'll lose time off the clock again.
Yeah, I mean, psychology comes into this as well. As you know, psychology is a big factor in coaching. Yeah. You're 13 down. No matter what happens here, I don't think there's any chance at all of getting this to single digits before the final quarter, because Eagles will look after the ball if he makes this free throw. Yeah, very, very interesting decision. And we all know this is the easiest place in the world to coach from.
Absolutely, absolutely. So 7.1, and they'll obviously inbound, because it was already in the Eagles' quarter half, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think the other thing as well, and maybe I'm tempting fate a little bit here, but is it looks like the Eagles are going to get out of this quarter with no fouls added to by Delpech and Defoe, which is also a bonus for the last quarter.
Coach Stuttle could have made sure of that by subbing Darius out. Darius is a veteran. He'll be smart. He won't even attempt anything like could be picked up a foul. Look at him. Wow.
Well, the Eagles just did enough there. There's 1 second left on the clock. Reed's shot was knocked away by Alan Akins, who did some really good defense.
Yeah.
And then Rand couldn't get the basket in.
Following Alan Akins' deacon, and there should have been no way they got another chance, but they have.
Mark Stewart tried to get Cole Long in for the last second
Yeah.
just to get Darius out, but just didn't get there in time.
Luckily, Darius got his hands out the way in time.
Yeah. So it finishes at the end of the quarter, 56-43. Good quarter for the Eagles in lots of respects, not just the fact that they won it by 8 points, but also they didn't pick up any really significant fouls. So they've still got Del Pesh and Defoe on 3, and it's Hollowell and Gergoff on 3 for the visitors.
Yeah, well, I said at half-time it was a game of 2 quarters. The Eagles won the first, Pleven won the second. That was an emphatic win and performance for the Eagles in that quarter there. You know, 13-point lead doesn't mean it's out of sight at all, but there's no sign at all that the Eagles are going to take off that defensive pressure that has caused Pleven so much problem in that third quarter.
Some highlights there. There's good spinning finish by Reed. Or Hibbert. That's a nice move out of the Eagles. Nice layoff for Spencer.
4, 3, 2, 1, and time.
Well, looking ahead to this final quarter, I mean, one thing I think is pretty obvious is that the Eagles have got the ability to get at them in transition offensively, and just need to be a little bit more careful about the conversion at the end. I think the Eagles doing a terrific defense against their half-court offense. All of this points, and the way the Eagles were emphatically the best team in that quarter, this should see the Eagles see out this final quarter and take a 2-0 record into their third game.
Well, you're a brave man, Dave, because of the way the Eagles have performed in the last 2 fourth quarters.
Well, I know Friday night must have been a huge disappointment to them. How much being arriving at midnight before the game, having played in Europe, was a factor, I've no idea. But I think Coach Tootle's got into these players' heads about how important this game is, and particularly the intensity level is good.
The Eagles get us underway. That'll be a Pleven ball. Okoro fumbles it out of bounds.
Yeah, I think he just lost the handle on that. I think there was body contact, but I agree with the referees, it wasn't enough to make a call.
Only 4 points for Okoro, but he's got 6 rebounds and 4 assists as well.
Again, look at the off-ball defense of the Eagles, really keeping them under pressure. He's giving him no easy looks. The shot wasn't easy because of the pressure on the close down, and certainly Eagles took away every passing lane in that offense. Great start from the Eagles. Unfortunately, they've lost the arrow on the jump ball.
Now you say they've lost the arrow on the jump ball. I say they've gained it for the next one.
Well, okay.
No, but you're right. Good defense.
That defense deserved to get the arrow, but arrows aren't always kind.
Hollowell from long range knocks down the 3.
Well, when you can't break a team down in the paint, you've got to draw them out with the 3-point line.
Koru, so it's a 10-point gap. Koru hassled by Zarev. Alan Akins goes to the basket, but that's blocked by Reed.
Great
Picked up by Rand. Zaharev gives it to Hollowell, and then back to Zaharev, and he's fouled by Darius Defoe, I believe. Yep.
Well,
Darius Defoe's 4th foul.
I'm praising the Eagles' opportunities to get out and run in transition. That was probably one of the best transitions of the night. And that little behind the back drop pass was a beauty.
There it is there.
Oh, look at that beautiful pass.
Darius Defoe doesn't feel it was a foul, but then In the 22 years I've known, I don't think he's ever conceded a foul.
He hasn't committed one in 22 years.
Culver comes on for Rand.
So there's going to have to be a change here, I would assume, unless he's thinking, well, I've got only a 9-point lead now. I don't think you play around with a 9-point lead. I think you get Darius out. You're obviously talking it over with his assistant, Gary Stronach. Well, they're just not making enough contribution from the charity line.
Eagles have missed 3 in this half, but there are now 6 of 14 for Alan Akins, trying to go hard, misses it. Darius Defoe pulls up a great rebound and put back from the veteran. Back to 11. Hollowell, nice play by Hollowell.
Great fadeaway. Impossible to block that shot.
First
into a jump stop and fadeaway, impossible to guard.
Offensive foul on Darius Defoe, I believe.
Well, not much point making the case now, is there, about taking him out?
Yep.
He's going out. Well, Malcolm Delpeche comes in. I think he had a pretty good third quarter. I think he played, what, about 8 minutes in that third quarter, 7 minutes? And Delpeche will know, well, my big man's partner's gone, so I've got to play smart. Be competitive, no risks on fouls.
8 minutes to go, 58-49. Pleven on the attack. Zariev, who's got 12 points now. Reed, Culver turns, well, way over the top, but Reed took the ball well, and then is fouled from behind.
Yeah. Well, he's a lefty, therefore he's a little bit difficult to guard, his Culver inside, but he's too many times tonight he's put too much on that shot, and he's going over the ring, too strong. He just needs a really soft little hook shot.
Fouls on Alan Akins. And another miss. And they're now 7 of 16.
Well, they need Brett Lead really to knock this one down, don't they? He obliges.
Makes it a 50% shooting percentage from the line.
And it just narrows the gap. Firstly to 11, then to 10, then to 9, and now to 8. And still a lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, Eagles have to be very careful now. Pleven just looking to... The defense looks solid, tight. Coro back out. Alan Akins, great pass to Delpeche. That was a great pass. Good work by Okoro to get to the byline and then flick it back out, but great pass by Alan Akins.
I agree, yeah. Okoro hit them in the place that they had to rotate out, and as they rotated out, Delpeche, as always, is slippery without the ball, got wide open inside. That shouldn't happen. His player is far too much concentrating on where the ball is, not where Delpeche is.
Culver with the foul, Delpeche with the 2, and can he add the extra 1? Yes, he can. It's one 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Hollowell, Keelan, misses the 2. Delpeche takes the rebound. I feel both Hollowell and Keelan are almost there, but not quite there, if you know what I mean, Dave. It's just, they look as if at times that they could dictate the game, but then just either miss an open shot or perhaps a turnover. Spencer lined it up and knocked it down.
Well, these rings are not being very friendly to the visitors, but they certainly are to Jordan Spencer.
Again, it took the 14 points.
That is a big 3.
So it was the and one play was a 3, and then Spencer knocks down the triple. So that's what I mean by Holloway. Great shot there. You feel he could do that more often.
Well, they need all of their players to come to life at the same time. They need more consistency from all the performers.
Koru, Delpesh is in again. That's another foul. He's certainly taking them for the team now, Delpesh. Yeah, so this is Spencer weighing it all up, and then from way down deep knocks it down, and that put the lead up, but it was answered by Hollowell. Steps away, Delpesh has to back off, and there's the three.
Well, the film in there showed us a perfect clip if I ever wanted to show anybody how not to close out, because he closed down on Spencer, but he didn't challenge the shot at all.
Delpesh makes one of two. He's got double figures at 12. Spencer and Keelan going at it. Hollowell comes off. Culver tries to set the screen and roll. Zarev, that's a nice pass into Culver. He misses a shot, but Reed takes a good rebound. He misses it. Delpesh gets a hand on it.
That's the second time he's missed an easy bucket and Reed's taken the offer and then missed the putback.
Alan Akins, he good, smart play by Alan Akins. Didn't get the shot though. Culver takes the rebound. Keelan's off to the races. But again,
bad pass and good interior defence.
bad ball handling as well though by Okoro. A foul by Jordan Spencer.
Good foul.
Spencer not only with the foul, but then with the explanation as to why he had the foul, because I think Okoro, to be fair, being a bit harsh, Pat, but he just got a little bit lackadaisical.
Well, to me, it's a good foul because
yeah, it's a good foul.
With a 12-point lead, with this time to go, they're shooting badly from the free throw line.
I should counteract that statement by saying he'll make both these. Now then, what's happened here? I think the Eagles are just calling a summit. I think there's a...
So there's obviously a technical somewhere. Is it a technical?
I think it's a... I don't know if he's called it unsportsmanlike. Not sure.
Well, if it's unsportsmanlike, then it should be 2 in possession, yeah?
Yeah, so it must have been a technical.
I think the crowd wanting to get on with the game. Showing a bit of impatience here.
So Keelan with a technical, he makes that, and then there should be 2 shots for Reed as well for the foul.
Yeah, because if it had been unsportsmanlike, he would win 1 at the line and 2 shots in possession. Now, they don't get the possession because the technical foul has to be taken first.
Yes. Misses the first. Not sure who the technical was on, but Reed makes them both. Makes 1 of 2, sorry. He comes out, Rand comes back in. Moxton looks a little bit bemused.
Well, they're obviously stepping up the defence, high press, but Eagles perfectly capable of handling this.
Nice handoff by Malcolm Delpesh. Good pass by Alan Akins. The corner's high up off the glass for 2.
Getting more and more impressed the more this game goes on and the more the season goes on with the Eagles' ability to move the ball in situations like that.
Minkoff. Hollowell. Fends off Spencer. Minkoff for 3. Off the back rim. Spencer, good rebounding, excellent ball handling. Just calms it down.
Yeah, probably can. A bit early to kill the clock, but smart play by Spencer.
I agree with you that it's a bit early to kill the clock, but there's certainly no need to take quick shots either. You know, Josh Ward-Hibbett's probably going to have to put a hard shot up now. Yeah. So it's all right, we're doing 24 seconds.
Yeah.
Ooh, he almost put the ball out there, Keelan. But he gets it back. Minkoff, it's a travel. I think he knew it as well.
Yeah, it's the last thing his coach would have wanted. You get a miss, they get in a good position, and you turn the ball over with a travel.
Interesting that Llewellyn hasn't played any minutes this half at all. Spencer and Okoro running the point. Spencer's done a good job there getting to the basket.
Tough shot, and he made it. Protected the ball well, kept his head up, had good vision, knew exactly where to kiss it off the glass.
Getting very... Josh Ward-Hibbett's defense on Keelan was excellent. And Okoro's fouled Culver. Eagles in the penalty with 3:41 to go, but they also have a 14-point lead.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to make a statement, aren't they? It's not going to be easy to score in our house.
Alan Akins comes out.
That's why I thought Spencer's foul was such a good one when it was a one-on-one.
Culver makes the first. And the second. Usual trip for Pleven, making both baskets from the line. Spencer again turning the corner, gives it to Knight. Knight comes round, nice pass inside, better pass back out. And Delpech just can't take it.
Well, I'm just about to say what good game management this is in such an important part of the game with a 12-point lead, and then they overdid it, didn't they?
Well, Delpech's pass out was a really good one.
It's a good job I didn't say it earlier.
Josh Ward-Hibbett, as always, no matter whether it's forward or guard, he got everybody as hard as he can. Oh, nice move by Keelan. Excellent move by Keelan. Behind the back dribble. Might get a chance to see it.
Yeah.
Goes to the line, misses his free throw. But Culver muscles his way in and gets the rebound and lays it back in.
That was probably the most defense he's had on him, and yet he made it. Maybe that's been, the others have been too easy for him.
So the lead's down to 8. 3 minutes to go. Spencer weaves his way in, but then throws the ball away.
That was a careless pass. You're going to throw a no-look pass like that, you've got to lead with your head to make sure it isn't a no-look pass. Possession of the ball is vital at this stage. You've now given them a chance to reduce the deficit to 6 points.
This might be one of those moments.
But they could reduce it to 5 points with a three-pointer.
Yeah, could be one of those moments. Culver's going to go hard at Delpech. Good defense by Delpech. Jordan Spencer comes away with the steal. Michael Caro.
They need somebody to set up here, set up a play so everybody knows what the role is and execute.
Caro's going to do it himself. Missed the shot. Culver fouls him though.
He missed it and he got bailed out with the foul.
I think Mark Stutler would have called a timeout there had Pleven scored, but the Eagles came up with it. And it's the Bulgarians who call the timeout, their third of the game.
Yeah, well, he has to use it. There's no point waiting now for a final play when you're 8 down with 2:13 to go. Could be 10 down after this.
So we've got the next European game will be Groningen of Holland, who also lost their first 2 games in the competition. They play tomorrow night, I believe.
So, and I'm assuming the Eagles have a game away from home in between?
No.
No? So it's 2 consecutive home games.
Yeah.
So they see this one out, they've got a chance to go 3-0, which would put them in a good position by the end of November? Is the next game in November?
Yeah, so the next game is Tuesday the 5th of November in this competition.
Oh, there'll be some fireworks that night, Jeff.
Yeah. So the Eagles go to Sheffield on Friday in the trophy. And then the following Friday, finish their trophy campaign against Manchester. 2 wins will see them into the semi-finals. 2 losses,
and I think
different matter.
And I think the game against Sheffield won't be easy, and we'll say a lot about where things are starting to go this season. I think the new player they brought in seems to be working for them. But what's happened to Bennett Cook?
He's just injured again, I believe.
Okay. I think he's a big miss, that big presence inside. Both ends of the floor is really effective. He's improved massively over the years he's been in this league.
Michael Cora makes 1 or 2. Eagles lead by 9. I would imagine the call's no 3s. Josh Ward-Hibbert on Keelan once again.
Well, they're not going to find a 3 easy with this sort of defence from Josh Ward-Hibbert.
Keelan turns the corner. Minkin does try the 3, doesn't get it. Keelan kicks it back out. Hollowell wanted to shoot the 3, he couldn't. Keelan will take the 2 and misses it. Josh Ward-Hibbert cleans up with a rebound. Josh Ward-Hibbert's 8th rebound of the game. Jordan Spencer into Malcolm Delpech, kicks it out to Okoro, 4-3, but he's missed it. Spencer, though, recycles it. That's good, even though it didn't go in, it's still good offense for the Eagles.
It's
time.
Very difficult now for Pleven because of the fact that the Eagles... Oh.
Well, that's probably the dagger blow from Josh Ward-Hibbert. The recycled ball by Spencer out to Josh Ward-Hibbert. He knocks down the 3 and it's a 12-point lead. Hollowell will miss that one. Culver does well, though, to get the rebound. But the Eagles have stolen it away. Seneka just couldn't pick the ball up. Inside the last minute, it's 73-61. Not quite over yet, but I would think it would be a brave man to put money on Pleven at this stage. Coach with his head in his hands there, Dave. Trey Hollowell doesn't make it. Ahmed Rand can't make it either. Eagles knock it dead. All that happened there really was 8 seconds off the clock. Culver has to take the 2, not his range. Okoro knocks it into the hands of Spencer, who takes it over halfway. Now, points difference can make a difference in this competition because you only play everybody once. So if there's a tie on points, head to head it is. But if you... So you have to play every point. Both sides obviously realising that because it's still going hard. And that's a pass. Ward-Hibbert will score this. Yep. Well, rather interestingly, everybody's come on court to shake hands and there was still 3.4 seconds left to go. But it's finished and it's the Eagles who take a 14-point win, 75 to 61, and probably other than that second quarter, they pretty much dominated the game.
They certainly did, yeah. It's, you know, Coach Stuttle stood before the VIPs on Friday night prior to the Cheshire game, and he said, I know it's tough, got home at midnight, but this is what we signed up for this year, the dual challenge of playing in our home league and also in Europe. And as the season goes on, he'll start to benefit from these games in Europe. And that was, you know, 2-0, can't ask for any more than that. I thought, apart from that second quarter when they got into the game, the Eagles were in control, I love their intensity. They've started to move the ball really well and thoroughly deserve this 14-point win.
Yeah, and for Spartak Pleven, obviously that's 0-3, and their poor start to the season continues. It's a long way back when you've only got 8 games to come and play. They've got to sort of start be thinking about winning every game from now on.
Yeah, I think another thing in the Eagles' favour now is that the next game in this ENBL is at home, so they'll be buoyed by that. I'm not sure whether the opposition is better than this or it's a similar situation.
Well, we'll find out. I mean, again, they're going to be playing Groningen from Holland, and they've lost their first 2 games as well, but they, I think, play tomorrow night, so that'll be an interesting game to see. So we're just trying to work out, looking as well around for the MVP for both sides. Well, for me, MVP, possibly, I look at Josh Ward-Hibbert with 11 points and 8 rebounds, Malcolm Delpesh, 12 points. Seneca Knight, though, had 15 points and 8 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers. So I think he probably would be my Eagles man of the match. And we can see by the man who's standing in the centre circle now, Trey Hollowell has been awarded the MVP for... it's actually been given... Has it been given to Michael Coro? That's an interesting one. 7 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. I suppose an all-round game. Trey Holloway, who had 13 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. They are your players of the game. 75-61, and the niceties all seen at halfway. Eagles on court still just cooling down. Pleven have already left the court, although Brett Reed and Cole Long are having a long conversation. I wonder if they're buddies from somewhere else. It looks like they may well be.
Probably played against each other in the NCAA.
Probably, yeah. Good handshake all around. There's a man who's just come back on court, Sekov. We didn't see him at all in the second half virtually as well. That was an interesting call. But again, the Eagles didn't play Llewellyn at all in the second half, so coaches have to be mindful of and look which way they want to go. I don't know whether Mark Stewart would have been thinking about the Sheffield game at all.
Well, he may have been, but you know, Eagles have 6 players playing tonight who weren't here last year. So there's naturally going to be a period. And it's interesting that they started the season with the trophy and went off 4-0. Then they came against Cheshire, which was, you know, first game, I felt that the Eagles were the better team and Eagles should have won. Second game was really disappointing performance for them. And Friday night's going to be a really tough challenge because I think Sheffield are a really good team. Well,
that's domestically, but Europe, on the European front, it is a 2-0 start for the Eagles in the competition. They will next be at home on Tuesday, the 5th of November, which, as Dave already pointed out, means there should be some fireworks with it being bonfire night. And then, of course, that will be against Groningen of Holland, who at the moment have lost their first 2 games in the competition. So the Eagles looking good in the on the European front, will hopefully can take this on the domestic front. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage tonight. Hopefully we will be back with you on the 5th of November. Until then, be safe, be smart, and be yourself. Good night.
ENBLeague. Ice in the veins, ice in the